Opposition leaders raised loud slogan outside parliament shouting, Narendra bhi gayab, cylinder bhi gayab. The protest was about rising LPG prices and supply issue. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi said Prime Minister Narendra Modi is nervous and avoiding discussion on the issue. The protest happened after a no-confidence motion against Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla was rejected in the House. After the motion failed, Birla returned to the chair and continued the proceedings. Opposition parties accused the government of ignoring people's problems like inflation and gas prices. Meanwhile, the government said the opposition was creating unnecessary disruption instead of allowing parliament to function normally. There was a firing attempt on Farooq Abdullah, former Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir and President of the Jammu and Kashmir National Conference. The incident happened Wednesday night during a wedding event in Jammu. According to official, a 70-year-old man came from behind and pointed a revolver at Abdullah's head. Security guard quickly pushed the attacker's hand away and the bullet fired into the air. Abdullah was not injured in the incident. A CCTV video of the attack has also surfaced. Police have arrested the attackers and started an investigation to find out the motive behind the shocking incident. The Maharashtra Legislative Assembly received a bomb threat through email, creating panic inside the complex. After the message was received, many employees and officials gathered near the gates while security teams started checking the entire building. Police began a detailed search operation and also started investigation the threatening email. Security at the Assembly building has now been increased. At present, the budget session of the Maharashtra Assembly is going on, so many ministers and MLAs were present in the complex. As a precaution, officials temporarily evacuated staff members from the building while security teams ensured the area was safe. The Election Commission of India may hold the West Bengal Legislative Assembly election in 2 phases. A senior official said a final decision will be taken after another meeting at the Commission's office in New Delhi. The election will be held for 294 seats in the West Bengal Assembly. Officials say voting may begin next month if the plan is approved. Security, logistic and movement of election staffs are important reason for holding the votes in phases. The Commission is reviewing preparations with state official and security agencies. After the final meeting, the schedule and exact voting dates will be announced. Political parties and candidates are waiting for the official announcement of the election timetable. Iran has reportedly allowed Indian ships to pass safely through the Strait of Hormuz. Reports say ships not linked to the United States or Israel will be allowed to use the route. Because of this, Indian vessels are currently getting safe passage. Earlier, Iran had warned it could attack ships moving through the strategic waterway. Meanwhile, Iran attacked an oil tanker named Seaface Vishnu in the Persian Gulf on Wednesday night. The tanker was linked to the United States. One Indian crew member was killed in the attack. According to PTI, a suicide boat was used. The other 27 crew members on the ship were rescued safely. The Government of India has told Parliament that about 93,000 posts are vacant in the Central Armed Police Forces. The highest number of vacancies is in the Central Reserve Police Force with nearly 27,000 posts unfilled. The government also said resignation in CAPF have increased sharply. In the last 5 years, the number of personnel leaving the forces has risen about 86%. Officials said recruitment is being carried out regularly to fill these posts. The government added that steps are being taken to improve working conditions and reduce resignation in these security forces. Reports say US President Donald Trump does not have a clear plan to end the conflict with Iran, and the US government may have misguided Iran's strength and response. Before tension grew, US Energy Secretary Chris Wright said he was not worried about oil supply problems if a war started. He believed the global oil market would remain stable. He also said earlier attacks involving Israel had only caused a small and short rise in oil prices. However, the situation is changing. Iran has warned it could target oil tankers in the Strait of Hormuz. Nearly 20% of the world's oil supply passes through this key shipping route, raising fear of global energy disruption. The war between Iran and the United States-Israel alliance has continued for 12 days. Reports say about 50 senior Iranian officials have been killed in recent attack. Among them, Iran's top leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Despite these losses, Iran say it can keep fighting for a long time. According to Al Jazeera, Iran planned for such a situation. The country divided military command into 7 smaller groups instead of one central leader. Iran has also prepared 4 possible successors for every key post. This system allows quick replacement if leaders are killed. Experts say this strategy helps Iran continue its operation even after major leadership losses during the conflict. The Indian stock market saw a sharp fall on Thursday. The BSE Sensex dropped about 600 points and was trading near 76,300 during the day. The Nifty 50 also declined by around 200 points. Heavy selling was seen in auto and banking stocks. Market experts say investors are cautious because of global tension and weak international market signals. Shares of major auto and banking companies came under pressure, pulling the market down. Despite the fall, analysts say markets may remain volatile in the coming days as investors watch global economic and geopolitical development closely. The schedule for the first 20 matches of IPL 2026 has been released. The opening match will be played on 28th March in Bengaluru between defending champions Royal Challengers Bengaluru and Sunrisers Hyderabad. This match will start the new season of the Indian Premier League. The same city saw a tragic stampede earlier during a victory parade celebration. Other big teams like Mumbai Indians, Chennai Super Kings, Kolkata Knight Riders, Rajasthan Royals, Gujarat Titans, Punjab Kings, Delhi Capitals and Lucknow Super Giants will also play in the early matches. The first phase of the tournament will continue until mid-April. Several parts of India are facing extreme heat in March. Temperatures have already crossed 40 degrees Celsius in many northern plains. The Indian Meteorological Department has issued an orange alert for heat wave condition in Gujarat, including the region of Saurashtra and Kutch. A yellow alert has also been issued for heat wave condition in parts of Maharashtra, especially in Vidarbha region and in the southern states of Karnataka and Kerala. Weather experts say the temperature may remain very high for the next few days, and people are advised to stay hydrated and avoid direct sunlight. That's all for today's bulletin. We'll be back with more updates next time. Until then, this is Tamanna Rizvi signing off. Have a good day.